Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. Today, this is part 2 to the T-51 Power Armor build. Enjoy. Picking up where we finished last, we need to start building the shoulder pads. So I folded over this piece of cardboard, and then I cut out one straight line. When you unfold it, you get this symmetrical shape. Then I used the PVC pipe shoulder pad to get a reference of how wide this is going to be and measured it. And then I held it down on a larger piece of cardboard, and then I'm gonna cut that piece out. Then I bent this piece like so, and now I'm going to glue these two pieces together. Now I'm taking a 1/2 inch off this piece that came from this piece. So I'm going to tackle the shoulder pads, and hopefully I can do it with one piece of cardboard to make one smooth object. So I'm using this side of this very large box. Alright, so I'm taking this large piece of cardboard. Also, this is the chunkier stuff, and it's a lot more flexible, but you know, it doesn't matter what kind of quality cardboard. I'm just more worried about the size here. I'm going to bend this over, and then continuing to look back at my reference images, I'm now sketching out a pattern that I'm going to cut out for the shape. For those of you who are also trying to build this along with me, this is what the shoulder pad looked like on the piece of cardboard that was roughly 20 inches by foot wide. And then I cut this out, and then I cut a slit right at the top here. The more narrow the slit is, the sharper the angle would be. So when you glue it together like that, it starts to bend a little bit. If you don't want this to poke out, add more slits along the end here, but notice how it creates that contoured shape. I hope this explains it better than I already did. So far, this is what we got. I have a slit right here, so when I glue it together, it will give it slightly a curve, and I cut out this smooth curve right here as well. Turns out this might actually work, so we're going to continue doing this and on the other shoulder. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with this shape. Before I glue it together, I'm going to flip it upside down and then mirror it and trace it on the other piece of cardboard because I want the shoulders to be, you know, perfectly symmetrical. So I used a 4-inch wide roll of duct tape because it was a good circular pattern. Then I cut out 4 of those circles, and I'm gluing scraps of cardboard to the circles so I don't have to fill it up with cardboard. And then I glue the other part on, and then I had these hexagonal pieces that went on top of it. To achieve the detail shown on the image, I just had another scrapped piece of cardboard, and then I glued a rim around these circles to make it look like one solid piece of steel. And then these just get glued right to the front of the shoulder pads. So for my build at least, I'm going to attach the shoulder pads from the back of this cardboard on the first shoulder pad, and then it's going to come around and be glued on the PVC pipe right here. I use some of this low grit sandpaper to scruff up the edges a little bit more so the glue has a tooth to stick to. I'm kind of just eyeballing this part, making sure the PVC pipe is a little bit exposed on this end, and I'll use that for reference when I glue the other side. These are called pony clamps. They're very useful because I have one holding it together while the glue dries, and I don't have to use my hands all the time. Alright, so let's test the opening feature again with the shoulder pads on. Okay, still works perfectly fine. That's cool. I have to extend the back a little bit here, so I'm adding this piece of cardboard. There we go. Added some popsicle stick supports, and then I have this roll of duct tape, which I'm going to fill with cardboard, and I'm going to make 2 of these. So I drilled a 1/2-inch hole so I could fit this 1/2-inch wooden dowel in through both ends here. So they are hot glued to the back, nice and secure. Now I have this piece of cardboard with another cardboard cylinder on it as the hinge right here. So when it opens up, it'll open up from the back, and then the air tanks on the back will also have a pivot hinge point. So now I'm just gonna finish up the back. There's like this cylindrical piece that goes on the bottom of these hinges right here. So I'm gonna add a piece of bent cardboard right there to cover up that dowel. And then I'm going to put a large piece of cardboard across there to cover that up. And then I'll be able to put the air tanks in. So I've added this top piece right here, cut a little groove to match the neck hole right here. Added some extra cardboard in here to support it because it was just 1 layer of cardboard. And now I'm actually decided to close this back up, and it actually looks really contoured and well designed, so I'm proud of it. I added a piece of cardboard right here so the thing wouldn't slide side to side. And now that that's there, I'm going to add this piece of cardboard, which I bent against the corrugation, and it's going to be that cylindrical object. So I used one of these silicone putty containers to make the housing for the fusion core and the wheel that opens up the power armor. And I'm actually going to make a mechanical key that is hooked up to the wheel, unlike my first power armor. So I have these epoxy clay containers, which I saved, and I duct taped them together to get an idea of what I want the fusion core to be. And the fusion core sits beautifully in between the putty containers, but I need something in between this clear container and the fusion core to attach to the wheel to turn. So I'm actually going to use the lids of the clay, and that I'm going to wrap in cardboard, so then that can sit in between the fusion core and this. So I wrapped cardboard around that fusion core, and then I dremeled out the surface of the caps, and then I also had to squeeze it out, but then I also just dremeled around to smooth out the threads. But now I have this profile, and of course I kept the lids there. I just dremeled off the top, but it keeps its profile. It's something relatively strong, and this is something that goes over the fusion core and then still inside the silicone putty case. So that will go in the suit like this, and I'll have to cut a hole inside the armor there, but it comes out through that end. I'm going to glue a wooden dowel to the back of the key, and then that wooden dowel will have a popsicle stick like glued to the end of it. I'll cut it right there. Something like this. Let me just take out the fusion core. So if you look right here, it's in locked mode right now, but when I turn it 90 degrees to the left or the right, but for now I only have one on the North Pole, it is in its unlocked position, which I marked. When you open it up, there's the profile of the keyhole, there's the key, and then I just eyeballed it. If you take a look in here, you can see it's sticking through. And then if I rotate it 90 degrees to the right or the left, like I said, that's where I put those marks, it turns it to the side like that. And then if I pull on it, it won't open. Just move it over like that. Try to line up those dots. It opens. So it's an actual practical and accurate option to keeping it closed. So this is going to be a good stopping point until the next video. In the next video, I'll add all these details on the back and everything, but this is our progress so far, and I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like these builds that I do, like and subscribe for more. So, you're probably wondering what this thing is. This is my modified Nerf Vulcan, which the Nerf community has dubbed the Deplorable. And if you didn't know I modified Nerf guns, I do. And I am actually starting a new channel dedicated to Nerf gun mods, such as the Deplorable and stuff like that. So, if you like Nerf gun mods, I will be doing just that. I won't be doing tutorials as much as I do on this channel. This channel is my #1 priority all the time. But, you know, this thing's so cool, and I make other Nerf gun mods in my spare time. So, the same reason I showed the world my mech suit, I want to show the world my Nerf gun mods. So, yeah, new channel announcement, and I hope you guys enjoy. Till then, I have like 3 videos stockpiled up because I haven't actually uploaded any videos yet. But yeah, go subscribe to that channel if you like watching Nerf gun mods. Oh my god, this thing got... Look at this. There's like 9 rounds in here. Okay, well, whatever.